What's going on, guys? Jacob Brothers from Checkpoint XP here, and we have a very special video for you today. We talked with former pro, now player manager Bischu, as well as operations director Mike White, and we asked some questions about the upcoming Overwatch League season, as well as the Battle for Texas, all coming up in this video. Walk me through the process of bringing the whole Outlaws team overseas and how it went. Were there any difficulties outside of a pandemic?
Yeah, so the whole process bringing the Outlaws team over to America and more specifically H-Town, Houston, it was a long process, having to deal with visas at the same time period right now with especially COVID happening. There is a delay in the process of getting the visas done. And obviously the sooner you are able to get them in the order and to process them is the sooner you're able to get the team here. So there was a little bit of a difficulty in getting the visas all done, from scheduling the consulate appointments with the Korean embassy to making sure that their COVID guidelines are already done, that they're fully vaccinated to be able to get into the country. There's just a lot of standpoints, but this year it wasn't that bad as we had Aaron Kim Bischu, our new player manager. He was actually boots on the ground in Korea, helping out the guys in real-time action, as well as also coordinating with us here in America across the world on a 15-hour time difference. So having him on the ground there was actually super helpful in actually getting him over here to H-Town without very minimum issues besides just the visa delays.
Yes. Can you take us through your experience with the team both before and after their move and how you've been involved? Any kind of difficulties?
Yeah, so not gonna lie, our move into the United States has been quite a challenge with the new COVID restrictions, and obviously this is my first time as a manager, but since while being a player, I pretty much felt like I was completely prepared for this, but apparently COVID, with the new COVID restrictions, there's a lot more things that we had to get prepared, and there were a lot of unforeseen circumstances and trouble with the visa that it was quite the challenge, but we made it we made it to the United States, and we are now currently working, practicing playing Overwatch 2 just fine. But personally, trying to get everything ready while I was in Korea, getting the apartments ready, getting the billing set up and everything, was quite the challenge, not gonna lie.
The Outlaws finally have their hands on Overwatch 2. How does the game look in your opinion? Obviously you can't tell us very much, but does it look like it's actually the next evolution of the game?
I fully agree with that. The game looks phenomenal. The game looks fantastic, even though we do have an early alpha build right now. Like you mentioned, I can't speak many details about it, but all I can say is stay tuned for more information coming in late April.
How are the players feeling about their new environment? How are they adjusting?
So the players are pretty satisfied with the new office environment. We have a lot of players who are pumped up to work out this year, and we have, not gonna lie, I can't ask for a better office environment really. It's our commute is very short, which is I think something a lot of players care much about, because no matter how nice the office / the place we're staying in but players often get frustrated in long commutes, and we only have 10 to 15 minute commutes, so it's been really good. I think Outlaws really, this is something that I wasn't involved in, but Outlaws definitely prepared properly for this. And I think something that I appreciated the most is that we actually have a Korean catering set up for a lot of our meals. And from my experience, especially as a player, I've seen a lot of times where Korean players especially would crumble under pressure, and the fact that they couldn't have an enjoyable meal consistently. That may not seem like a bigger deal, but from my experience, it has consistently been a breaking moment, and I was really glad to hear that Outlaws has already figured that out even before I joined.
You guys just announced the Battle for Texas in-person event happening on May 6th in San Antonio. How good does it feel to be back in person for an event as important as this one?
It feels absolutely amazing. 2 years ago, we ran the Houston homestand a week before the country got shut down due to the pandemic, and it was phenomenal to see 4,000 plus fans come out to Houston over the course of 2 days, February 29th and March 1st, to basically welcome the team to H-Town. Us being able to come back live for the first in-person Overwatch 2 event in over 2 years, especially having, Houston Outlaws and the Dallas Fuel play on stage in the true battle for Texas, it's absolutely phenomenal and amazing, and I just cannot wait to see all those raving fans in the crowd cheering on the team as the Outlaws take victory on May the 6th.
The Outlaws finally have their hands on Overwatch 2. Obviously everything's super tight-lipped, but what impressions have you gotten from the players about how they're feeling about it so far?
So luckily for a lot of the Overwatch League teams, we had a pretty good estimate of what it might be thanks to the workshop codes, and So far, yeah, I think we had like a pretty good grasp of how the meta will be, and obviously we're trying a lot of new stuff because like there was like a new characters involved, and with how like dynamic changes with one less player being available. But I think we are able to have a good grasp of like what's good, and we're just trying something new at this point to see what sticks. And a lot of teams honestly right now have like they're like no one's really sure like what the meta is gonna be, but everyone's just trying new things.
The headliner of the event couldn't be a bigger one. So talk to me about the rivalry itself and why it's so important in the Overwatch League.
Absolutely. So the rivalry itself, it really stems back from originally preseason, honestly, from the inception of the team. We were originally founded where Optic Gaming was our kind of parent company originally when we were founded, and at the time, them and Envy had a huge rivalry that stemmed from Call of Duty, where it was the green versus blue. And having Envy own the Dallas Fuel and Optic own the Outlaws for that initial rivalry, it just stemmed that Call of Duty rivalry over to the Overwatch League, especially given the fact that Dallas and Houston has always had a huge rivalry in regards to sports, and especially the state of Texas. That just made the rivalry really elevate even to a higher standpoint and to truly become the biggest rivalry in the Overwatch League history.
Give us your predictions of this year's Overwatch League season. Is this our best Outlaws roster yet?
I fully believe this is our best Outlaws roster yet. The team has done a phenomenal job picking up players from the team, from getting Pelican, the Rookie of the Year last year, to bringing back our star DPS Dante, to getting newcomers on the team such as Iris, Lastro, Aiden, and Merritt that came from the Overwatch contenders scene, and then also bringing back Piggy on the tank. Truly, this year our motto is all in to win, and we're definitely all in to win that grand championship.
So, do you think that the Battle for Texas having in-person fans at the event will be a positive impact on the team?
Yeah, so I think for a lot, I'm speaking on the behalf of like a lot of professional players, but I will never forget how it was like to be playing in front of like a full crowd. For me, it was the single most impactful moment in my career. Of course, I was happy to fulfill my dream of being a professional gamer, but nothing hit the same as when you walk into the stadium with the full crowd, and they're just like screaming for your team's name and your name. Nothing's like that. I'll never forget that. And I think for a lot of players, especially a lot of rookie players, never got the chance to experience that until this moment. So I think it's a very, very, very positive moment for us in esports, for us to being able to go back to it. And I'm excited to see how our players will feel.
What's your predictions for this year's Overwatch League season? Is this the best the Outlaws have ever been?
Obviously, this is my first year in Outlaws. However, I really like what Outlaws has, how much work they've done to prepare for this year. And I'm not just saying that now that I'm here, it's going to be good, but it's looking good so far. I'm excited.